Hey everybody. You want display stands and sometimes you ask me what I use, but I've been a little shy about reviewing them because there's so many different applications. Well, FEXT Hobby sent me their FEXT System Utility Display Stand, and that was the encouragement I needed to start doing some reviews. So today, Scorcher Toys at anymoon.com is reviewing this utility display stand, and I'm going to do my best to tell you everything you need to know about it. I'll show you it with a few different toys, but I also want to encourage you to comment here, Facebook, or on anymoon.com and let me know what jobs you want to see this display stand doing, and if I can make it happen, I'll add pictures to the article on Anymoon. If you like what you're about to see here, you can pick these stands up at Big Bad Toy Store. Click the link in the comments below and search for FEXT to find them. They'll arrive in a little baggie. Inside that baggie you'll find the display stand base, arm, and these instructions, as well as another baggie containing the mount for the arm, an extension, an extra knuckle, 4 feet, and a clasp arm. Putting this thing together is super simple. You got 4 feet, you got Lego style construction, you just grab the foot, you plug it right in. There is a base to the arm. It's a foundation piece. You just plug this into any corner. You can't plug it in the middle. Ultimately, I didn't really miss that feature. I thought I might, but I didn't. You can then plug the arm in, and the arm has the ability to pivot, which is nice. Then you can take your extension if you wanted to. Now, a little note here, if you have a Tamashii display stand, you can also use those extension pieces and even those knuckles. Everything other than the base rod fits together from Tamashii versus FEXT. So that's a nice little feature. We could plug this in, this extension just a little shorter than the Tamashii one. Super tight fit though. I could push that in all the way if I wanted to. Similarly, you can use any display stand adapter meant for a Tamashii display stand on this utility display stand, so that's pretty cool. This is the Batroid adapter for a high metal VF1 toy. It will plug right into the FEXT extension. Very snug and sturdy. Now, the big difference looking at these, the depth of the base. This is a sturdier, heavier base. This toy weighs about 50% more, this stand weighs about 50% more than this stand. So a little more solid, but you get knuckles with ratchets on this display stand. So you can hear those moving. So that's going to allow this display stand to do a little bit more crazy stuff than you could do with this display stand, where only the base has a ratcheting joint. This is just friction based up here. So if you get any height to this with any sort of weight on there, it's just going to fall down. If you get any sort of extreme position, the utility display stand is going to hold things together much sturdier. For most toys that are meant for Tamashii display stands, they have custom-made adapters that you're going to use. For toys that aren't made by Bandai or are predating perhaps the Tamashii display stand integration that Bandai's pretty fond of these days, this little clasper is supposed to let you do sort of a universal grabbing of figures. Same idea with the FEXT Hobby, but FEXT Hobby did things better. First, this is a stiffer grasp, so that's a positive. This is a little bit loose on this side. Also, the claw itself is larger and thinner. And what that does for you is it lets you do things like take a pretty heavy toy that wasn't meant for a display stand, and you can go ahead and you can put that on there, which is pretty cool. Now, that width is what is enabling me to do that. The fact that this thing can slide up behind there, it fits on. I can now have a little bit more fun with a fairly heavy toy. And if I take a Tamashii display stand, I might be able to squeeze back in there, but there's no real way that friction joint will ever let that toy be held up. So that's the grasp both this way and this way, the thinner claw on the FEXT Hobby, the stiffer grasp of it, and the ratcheted joints all come together to make the FEXT Hobby display stand a little bit more adaptable to some of your toys that maybe weren't originally designed to work with a Tamashii display stand. The biggest plus of the utility display stand is its ability to integrate with the Sci-Fi 03 or other FEXT system displays, which I have shown here. Another one is this Tamashii stand can't really lay flat. This is as low as this bottom pivot can go, whereas on a FEXT utility display stand, they can come all the way down, and you could pivot this full 180 degrees range of motion. Now, where that becomes more important really is when you're integrating it into a display like this. And so I've got some things going on to the side here. I've got a Tamashii impact piece. I've got a Regault that looks like it's kind of poking through that opening I've created there. All of these are FEXT utility display stands that have got that going on. And so that ability to angle it a little bit will help you as you're coming up with the crazy displays that you want to accomplish. And another thing you could do is you could skip the base altogether, use that base as a ceiling tile if you want on one of your FEXT system displays, and then take your toy and just, let's angle him a little bit more so he's not bumping, and poke it into one of those ceiling spots. And there, now I've got a Valkyrie flying towards that Regault that's poking through. You can have a ton of fun. That's just a quick example of what you could do. You can do so many different things, hanging toys from the top of your display or from the slots in the base or in the sides here. There's slots up here. So many different places these utility stands can integrate with your displays. For most of your lighter, smaller toys, the Tamashii Stage Axe stands may be all you need and come at a price that's pretty hard to beat. If you're looking for something more solid or need something to support a little heavier toy, then the FEXT utility display stand is a great option. If you're looking for something for your larger, heavier toys, you're still going to need to head up to the next tier of display stands. If you own a FEXT system display, then these display stands are a fantastic addition that seriously ramp up the fun value. Got another display stand you think I should spend time with? Let me know in the comments. Check out my full article on anymoon.com, subscribe, and thanks for watching.